What is up, my fellow YouTube nursing students, fellow YouTube nurses, and just people who watch my channel for the heck of it. I just wanted to first start off by saying thank you to all of my new subscribers. I just recently broke 100, and when I first started this channel, which was only like a few months ago, I never thought that I would hit 100. You know, I just figured I would get on here, document my nursing journey, and I could reflect on it in the years to come. But I appreciate all y'all, and I hope that you all are taking something beneficial away from my ramblings. So I got a little card here, and I wanted to tell you all about my road to nursing school. But before I do that, I wanted to give a shout out to, I believe it's Jenny A. It's one of my new subscribers. Thank you for the subscription. And I wanted to give her a shout out, and I'll probably leave the link in the description for y'all to go follow her, help her get her channel off the ground. But she just recently put up a video about her journey to nursing school, what led her and what decisions she made to get her where she is. And I had been thinking about, I wanted to, you know, give you all a little insight into what drove me down this road. So anyways, I'm going to be referring to my little card here. So my road to nursing, let's start from the beginning. When I grew up, for like the past 20-ish years, my father has worked in a warehouse, and growing up, he pounded it in my head to not turn out like he was, or like, you know, his job wise. Don't live paycheck to paycheck. You know, he could see how smart I was. He said, be something better than I am. And all throughout high school, I smashed it. I did well. I excelled. And when I got out of high school, guess where I ended up? A warehouse. I was working warehouse, and it's very physical labor, but I'm a big guy, and so it's not a big deal, and it was actually pretty easy. I enjoyed it, but I did it for about 2 years after high school, and I just started thinking to myself, it's like, I had lost all ambition to go back to college. I hadn't even been thinking about it because I had been making pretty decent pay working in the warehouse. And I was thinking to myself, it's like, man, I've always had the, in the back of my mind, I need to go back to school, but here it's like time's just going by, and it's like, what am I doing with myself? You know, I'm going to be 25 is knocking on the door. So when my wife and I moved, we relocated to a different city. I had to quit my warehouse job. I decided this is the perfect opportunity to go back to college. So whenever I first started going back to college, which was 3 semesters ago, I decided that I did want to do something in the healthcare field, and I had decided on physician assistant. Now, when I first started going back to college, though, I was dealing with some personal struggles within myself, and my grades reflected that. And so, I don't know, I ended up being like a B/C student my first semester. And it was pretty demoralizing. I'm like, I know how competitive it's going to be to get into physician assistant school and how long it's going to take. And not to say that nursing school is any less competitive, but that was just my train of thought at the time, and it was pretty demoralizing. So I had to take a step back, reassess some stuff that I was going through personally, and also reassess where I wanted to go in the future, because like I said, it's more money, it's more time, and you know, time is of the essence. I'm not getting any younger. So I sat back, talked to my wife, and I've mentioned in my previous videos that my wife is a nurse, and so I started talking to her about it, and came to the conclusion that nursing would be a pretty good fit, you know, for all of my needs and all of my wants that I want to accomplish. So going to the reason as to why I selected to go into the healthcare field to begin with is, when I was growing up, my family wasn't poverty by any means, but we weren't well off. You know, we didn't there weren't a lot of family vacations and things of that nature. So one second. So that being the case, we didn't have a whole lot of very good healthcare coverage. So the very few times that I did get, you know, there weren't routine checkups, there weren't, you know, yearly annual physicals or anything like that. So the few times that I did go, most of them were places that didn't accept healthcare. And that being the case, I mean, not that being the case, but the places that I had to go to that would accept you without having insurance gave very poor quality care, which is a real pet peeve of mine. I've also worked in the grocery industry, and I take pride in providing a very good service to a customer, just the same as I would take pride in providing exceptional, care to a patient. And to not receive that is a big pet peeve of mine. And what am I going to do? I'm just going to endure it. That's all I can do. But I can take the piece from it and put it in my mind like that is not what I want to be. And if if I'm taking care of a patient, I don't want them to feel the way that I felt. I want to be able to provide a better quality of care than I received as a child. And I also have it in my mind, I've always had it in my mind to be the best at whatever I do. I've said it multiple times in previous videos. You're probably tired of hearing it. But I try to be the best at whatever I do, and in turn, the patient is going to get the best quality of care that they can. And that's a big thing for me. It does fundamentally go back to we care about people. We want to help people. It's especially touching to me to be given the opportunity to help people in their time of most need. They're in a hospital or long-term care setting, wherever it may be, and they are probably having the worst day of their life. And you are the person that is there, well, not only to take care of them, but to comfort them, to nurse them back to health, right? And so that is what is most touching to me, and what I find to be the biggest motivational factor is that I'm blessed with this opportunity to be able to care for these people. But what am I going to do with this opportunity? Am I going to, rush through my work and give a half-tailed quality of care like I received as a kid, or am I going to go the extra mile and do not only what is necessary, but maybe go one step further and provide a very exceptional of an experience as they could receive from a nurse? I mean, I don't know. I'm starting to ramble, but yeah, that's what led me to nursing school. And like I said, I'm starting on January 7th. I wasn't planning on applying for spring semester because I didn't think I was going to have any chance of getting in. I thought I was going to have to wait until fall semester, but a good friend of mine who's now in the nursing program with me urged me to do it, and I did, and thank God I did, because I'm starting in the spring. Graduating December 2016, son. Looking forward to it. A lot of exciting things coming. All right, I'm going to get off. That was my road to nursing school. For what it's worth, take it or leave it. Take what you can from it. Hope it was of some benefit, and hope somebody else could relate to it. I'm going to be, like I said, January 7th is my start day. I've already been assembling my clinical bag. I'm getting a general idea of what I'm going to need. I'm going to have a bag to take to campus, and I'm also going to have myself a separate clinical bag. But I'll be doing a little video on my books and supplies, and what I'll be taking to clinicals, and what I'm going to have in my clinical bag, and all that jazz that people seem to love. So anyway, Nurse Bass, soon to be. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you could take something from it. Love y'all. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your break. Catch you on the flip side.
Look into the mirror, reflecting all your innocence. Why do we always try to cover up our blemishes, tiny imperfections? While we've been invested in makeup and possessions, like that mask is our best friend.